I want a lot of fragrances. You want a lot of fragrances, and chances are you probably have a massive list like I do. Or you know what? Maybe you're one of those contemporary collectors. You, oh, 5 fragrances is all I need, bro. I'm not gonna get any more. Okay, good for you, bro. I'm dead ass curious. What fragrances do you guys want? Please DM me on this, message me on Instagram, send me a list, or just comment it down below. Either one, you know, if you don't want to boost the algorithm. He's just trying to get me to boost the algorithm. No, I'm not, but I really want to know. And the reason why I want to know is because I'm so curious to see how many fragrances are going to be in those lists that aren't mainstream. Because every single time I see someone, oh, I want this fragrance, I want that fragrance, it's always like, oh, La Mar Elixir, La Mar Le Parfum, or Born in Roma. Nothing wrong with that, but I'm really curious. So I have a list right here. I'm going to share with you. Yeah, I sent it to myself on Messenger. I'm going to tell you all the fragrances I want this year, and I'll give you the reasons why. So it's going to be quite an interesting video. Let's get into it. Opening the new fragrance shelf. Look at this, look at this. How fucking sick is this, man? How fucking sick is this? So the first fragrance is Hugo Boss The Scent Le Parfum. I'm collecting the entire The Scent lineup, and you know, I did the Hugo lineup, I did the Boss Bottle lineup, now it's The Scent's turn, and I have every single fragrance from The Scent except for Le Parfum and Elixir. And Le Parfum, I'm really curious about it. It's supposed to be like a fruitier take on the entire The Scent lineup. And then Elixir, that's the next one. So the second fragrance I want is Elixir. The Scent Elixir, I'm so curious about this one. I feel like it's gonna be kind of like a spice bomb take on The Scent lineup. I really want to know. It's either gonna be like a really good hit or like a really just mid fragrance, in my opinion. That's my predictions for it. But I feel like it's gonna be a hit because The Scent fragrances, I feel like every single one, there's a lot of thought put into it, you know, compared to like the Boss Bottle lineup, the Hugo lineup. And that brings us to our third fragrance, Hugo Intense. The very first time I saw this, bruh, I thought to myself, this is like a re-release of Hugo Red. I swear. Like, come on, look at it, bro. Look at it. Isn't that like Hugo Red 2024? Like, bruh, if it's anything like Hugo Red, I'm gonna be so pumped. And I think it is. Judging by the note breakdown, it's like fruity, spicy, leathery. Man, I love Hugo Red, man. And you guys already noticed, Hugo Red's discontinued, and me and Jeremy brought it back from the dead as my very first fragrance. Fuck, this is so nice. RIVERAEDGE Red. Oh, yeah. But yeah, Hugo Intense. Oh, man, I need that. As soon as it's in Australia, I need that. So what's next? What's next? We have Lampika Homme. So this one was actually Lolita Lampika. And Lolita Lampika is a fragrance that is supposed to be similar to Body Kuros. And Body Kuros is like my most favorite fragrance of all time, man. But yeah, it's supposed to be really similar to this fragrance, and I freaking love Body Kuros. My favorite fragrance of all time. So I want that to get more kind of similar DNAs in my collection, pretty much. Next up is Dolce & Gabbana The One. Yes, I really want The One. It's a classic. I feel like every fragrance collection needs The One. Out of everything that's been released, I feel like, you know, The One is still just one of the most balanced, well-crafted fragrances of our time ever. Yeah, it may be a little bit boring, a little too simple for some people and quite weak, but I'm really, there's something about The One that I just really want. Like, I crave balance, you know what I mean? And that ambery, spicy, sweet kind of fragrance DNA, it still hasn't really been, you know, like cloned at all. There's not really much fragrances out there that smell really similar to it besides its flankers. Next up is Alien Mirage and Fusion. So I have the original Alien Man down here. Check this out. So this is the bottom area of the fragrance shelf. Here we've got Alien Man, and Alien Man, it's decent. And they only have two flankers. We have Alien Man Fusion and Alien Man Mirage. And I just thought to myself, may as well complete the lineup. If I have Alien Man, I'm really curious to see what Mirage and Fusion are gonna be like. Apparently Fusion is like really boring. It's just a latte fragrance. And Mirage is supposed to be like whatever. Next up is Demeter Heliotrope. Now Demeter Heliotrope is discontinued. Super hard to find, but if I find it, I'm getting it ASAP. I have a lot of Demeter right here. We have humidor, we have leather, we have kitten fur, we have whiskey tobacco, we have paperback, we got pipe tobacco. So Demeter, they pretty much make fragrances based on one note. And heliotrope, the reason I want Demeter heliotrope is because I grow heliotropes. I love heliotropes. They're one of my favorite like plants to grow. Next up is Rojas Man Intense. Now I have the original Rojas Man here. Roches, Rojas, I don't know, man. So here it is. Now the Intense. I just want that one, man. I love this fragrance a lot. Look, I mean, look how much I've used of it already. Look at that. Next up is Stronger With You. I don't know, Stronger With You. I remember back in 2019, I smelled that for the very first time and I thought to myself, oh wow, that's a nice, decent, sweet, kind of chocolatey amber fragrance. And I said to my my best friend Ben was with me at the time. I was like, oh, smell this. And he was like, ooh, that smells good, bro. And I just never smelled it again since. Like, it's like, man, I don't know. Part of me just wants to kind of get that teenage nostalgia back, but for the most part I just want Stronger With You. Like, I feel like I just kind of need it in my collection as like a centerpiece to have with Dolce & Gabbana The One, have it with like Lotus A, all the balanced classic fragrances. Because in a world where every fragrance out there is like amped up on one thing, you know, we have La Mal Elixir, super freaking just sweet, sweet, sweet. And then you have Descent Magnetic, where it's like just super powdery, gourmand, gourmand, gourmand. It's good to have a bit of balance every now and then, you know what I'm saying? We're almost done with this list. Encre Indigo. Yeah, Encre Indigo. Man, like the bottle, first of all, Encre Indigo is, I don't even know how to feel about it. It looks nice, but it doesn't really strike much emotion to me. But I do collect the Encre Noire lineup, so I feel like I'm kind of just obligated to get it. If I don't get it and it gets discontinued, I'm gonna kick myself in the balls for it. It should only be like 40 bucks anyways. It's not that big of a deal. Encre Noire, the original, absolutely love it. If Encre Indigo is anything like this, or any of the Encre Noire flankers right here, here's Encre Noire à l'extrême, that'd be great. Next up, two fragrances. Last final two. Sunset Ride and Frenetic Delicieux. Now, I love the Fragrance Apprentice. He's basically my favorite fragrance reviewer, and he loves Sunset Ride, and he loves Fève Délicieuse by Dior. Sunset Ride, I've smelled it before. It's nice. It's really pretty much the Back of Rouge DNA with that kind of citrus neroli classic combination with a little bit of like a peppery woody undertone to it. That's what I get from it. But it's been a while since I've smelled it. But yeah, kind of want that. Not really too bad, but I just want to add it to my collection. Mainly because the Fragrance Apprentice really likes it, you know what I'm saying? And Frenetic Delicieux is a clone of Fève Délicieuse. You are not going to see me buy a Dior. Like, not until I'm like filthy rich or some shit. Dior is super overpriced when it comes to their fragrances. A lot of clones just outshine them. And Frenetic Delicieux, if it's anything like Fève Délicieuse, that'd be great. I've never smelled Fève Délicieuse. I don't know, it's Frenetic Delicieux. I just want to try it. That's pretty much it for the list. Like, there's a bunch of other stuff I want, right? Like, I want La Nuit de l'Homme because, like I said, balance. It's in the same genre as like the original La Mal right here, the original La Mal, Lotus A Pour Homme, or what's another balanced fragrance? Here, Dolce & Gabbana Pour Homme. You know, old classic balanced fragrances. I feel like La Nuit de l'Homme stands with them, so I kind of want that, but not really too bad. I also want like a lot of other things, but those are the main fragrances that I want. So I hope you enjoyed this list. Like I said, I'm so curious. Look, what do you want? Freaking comment or message. Or if you want, email me or message me on Fraganica, like some of you guys do. Some of you guys be messaging me full paragraphs on Fraganica. And like, how the fuck do we talk in here? It's like, what is it? It's so weird talking. Have you ever tried to speak to someone on Fraganica? It's like you're speaking to like a middle-aged man or old guy. I don't know. The video ends at this very second.